Gotta keep walking, just keep walking. I gotta keep walking.
Hey creatives, welcome back to my channel. This is Tatiana Samaria. This is Vlogmas Day 8, and today we are talking about a topic that I'm pretty sure everybody named mama is talking about, but you know, I had to bring the real truth to the mix. You feel me? I had to come here and tell you guys how I feel about this topic. So today we are talking about being single during the holidays, and let me tell you, I would be lying to you if I did not say that this was the ghetto, okay? This is ghetto. It's ghetto. Like, I don't really know how else to say it. But you know, the thing about it is, it's like the good part of the ghetto. Y'all know how there's like ghettos, obviously like the hood, but then there's like the good part of the hood where it's like it's still ghetto, but it's like the more peaceful side where you kind of get, you know, a little bit better service than you would if you were like on the other side of the road. That's kind of how it is being single. It's like, it's still ghetto because I want companionship. I want, you know, I want a white picket fence. I want, you know, I want all the things. But at the same time, it's still peaceful. It's more peaceful than it is than being cheated on. It's more peaceful than it is, you know, being worried about somebody ordered. Like, it's more peaceful than some of y'all lives is, to be completely honest. Singleness is not a gift. I don't know where this concept came. I don't know why that saying has been coined, but the ideal of singleness is a gift. It just don't sit well with me. Like, it's not true. It's not true at all. It's actually quite the opposite. It's not true at all. Now what I will say is the result of being single, and when you are being intentional in your singleness, that is a true gift. So, for example, the peace that you have during singleness, the contentment that you have during singleness, the discovery that you have of yourself during singleness, those are the things that I guess you can say are gifts to you that you necessarily wouldn't really have. I can't say you wouldn't have if you had companionship, because you should still be on a journey of discovering yourself and being content and being peaceful, even if you have someone else. But I just feel like it's a place where you have no one else to worry about but you and God. That's where the gifts, I guess people are saying, where it lies in, is in you just being able to move how you want to move, make decisions how you want to make decisions, do what you want to do, not have to answer to anybody, but at the same time continuously discover yourself each and every day. And that's the part of singleness that we have to make sure that we are being intentional about. The part of singleness we have to make sure that we're not forgetting, or we're not losing, or we're not wasting, right? So before I get into my points, I just wanted to lay that out there, okay? If singleness is a gift, it's the worst gift I've ever received. Okay, if I had to choose, I would choose companionship. I'm sorry. I mean, I would. There's some people who love to be single. They want to be single. They want to stay there. They love it. I mean, I love my singleness, but if I had to choose at the age of almost 30, give me my husband. Amen. That's all I'm asking. So, under the tree, God, knock on the door, UPS, FedEx, Amazon, somebody, the mailman. I'm cool with it. I'm cool with all the things. Okay, I'm cool with it. During this holiday season, I really just wanted to encourage the singles to, number one, show up for yourself. So one of the things I've been focusing on since December 1st, since I started Vlogmas, since, you know, I've been bringing back my content on my channel and on Instagram, is really showing up for myself. So even the days where I have nothing to do, which nothing to do for me is really staying home, doing work at home. So I always have something to do. There's always something to do around the house or for business or for church or whatever it is. Even if it doesn't require me going out of the house, I still have something to do. But I don't want that to be the excuse that, okay, well, since you're staying home, don't get dressed. Since you're staying home, you know, stay in your pajamas or wake up at 12 o'clock. No, like, I still want this season to be a season that I show up for myself. So if that means waking up every morning, beating my face, whether I go out and somebody see me or not, that means I'm going to wake up, beat my face, take some pictures, you know, do whatever I need to do to show up for myself during the holidays, because it's nothing better than feeling good and looking good and knowing that you look good. Like, that's the part that I love. It's really just showing up for yourself this season. And even if that means treating yourself, getting your nails done, getting a facial, Fellas, getting a haircut, buying yourself flowers, buying yourself something. This is the season of giving. So you want to make sure that you are obviously giving to other people and you are using your gifts to service the community and service the world during the season of giving. But at the same time, don't forget yourself in the process, especially if you are alone. Make this season about you. Make this the season that you give back to yourself in whatever capacity that may be. And it may not even be spending money on yourself. It really may just be home, resting, watching your favorite movies, giving yourself a home facial, a home pedicure, resting for a while, reading your favorite books, whatever it is. Just show up for yourself during this holiday season because nobody else gonna show up for you. I mean, hello? If nobody else shows up for you, you show up for you. This season during December is also a time where people are focusing on their goals, where you can focus on yourself. You can write down your goals. You can figure out what you want to achieve during this month to make the end of the year really strong and the beginning of the year really strong. I'm a very big believer in how you end your year will make the beginning of your year a much smoother ride, a much smoother flow. So I would definitely say, in this time of you giving back to yourself and really showing up for yourself, sit down and really discover the things about you that you may have put on the back burner that you love at once, but you haven't necessarily put your hands to. I think that's very important too, because in this season of giving, and we're talking about gifts, don't forget about your gifts. I mean, it's not necessarily about gifting something new. It could be discovering a gift that you already have. And that's what I really want. If you are single, even if you are not single, I mean, this video can really be for anybody, but specifically for the singles, if you are in a season of discovering yourself and really understanding who you are, don't necessarily look for the gifts that you can be giving that are new. Discover the gifts that you already have, use them, and be about your business. Like, I mean, God has already given you something that you could probably bless the world with. So let this be the season that you get back to what you used to love and you discover it and you use it. I also want to say decorate. So this may be a very weird point, but I said that because I think when you're single, when you're by yourself, when you don't have children or you don't have anyone that you're coming home to, it's easy to kind of fall into the trap of not getting into the holiday season. One thing about me, I'm going to be domestic all by myself. I decorate every season: spring, summer, fall, Christmas, Thanksgiving, New Year's, my birthday, whatever. Because I am the type of person that if nobody else is going to be in the mood for me, if nobody else is going to celebrate me in this season, it's going to be me. So yes, I decorated my home because you want to feel like you're in the holidays. You don't want to come home to just the same old white walls or the same old kitchen. No. And don't get me wrong, you don't have to spend millions of dollars for decor. Okay. All my Christmas decor in this house came from the Goodwill store. Okay. The Dollar store, Target, because I love me some Target. I'm always at Target. Ross, like, you don't have to spend a fortune you don't even have to decorate a whole lot, but just get in the habit of putting yourself in the holiday mood, in the season of Thanksgiving, in the season of Christmas, in the season of New Year. Make sure that your mood isn't contingent upon you being with someone else or you having to have a whole tribe of people around you for you to get into this mood. No, try your best to get into this mood yourself. I promise you it will help. Every morning since December 1st, I blast Christmas music. Sometimes I blast like regular, other holiday music like New Year's. Sometimes I just blast gospel music. Sometimes I just blast R&B, whatever it is. But specifically in this season, I always wake up and I blast holiday music because I just want to make sure that I'm in the mood. Like I'm feeling this season, whether I'm by myself or not, I am in it. Okay. This season is for me. Whether I feel like it is or not, I'm going to make it for me. Here's another point. I want you to feel free to respectfully tell people to mind their business, because this is the season where I feel like people are so bold to ask you some crazy questions. And you're just kind of like, now, if I asked you about your marriage, how would you feel? Now, if I asked you about your snotty nosed kids, how would you feel? Now, if I asked you about your credit score, how would you feel? Now, if I ask you why your car got repossessed, how would you? Like, why are you asking me questions? Now the questions I love is, oh, do you like living alone? How do you feel about being on your own outside of your parents? How do you what are your next moves? What are your plans? I love those because I don't feel like those are invasive questions. I feel like those people are genuinely concerned about you. Now, when you get into the folk who are just like, when are you going to start dating? And why don't you have children? And baby, I don't know. My answer is, I don't know. Okay. I ask God the same question every morning and every night. Why don't you ask him for me and see if you get a different answer? I'm waiting like he wants me to wait. Please leave me alone. People just like to ask you questions that they don't have no business asking you. And I just want to give you permission to respectfully tell. I don't care if it's your mama. Mama, I love you. Tell her to mind her business. Okay. I just feel like this is the season where people just automatically feel like you have to be with somebody. It's December, so December because of Christmas. Well, okay, let's start. November because of Thanksgiving, December because of Christmas, January because of New Year, February because of Valentine's Day. So singles, we get this question from November to February. Once March hits, they don't care about us no more. They're not going to ask us no more questions for March all the way until October. They ain't even going to care. But these little months that's coming up, they ask us these questions. You have to make sure to protect your peace. If you are not ready to answer those questions, especially if you are hiding something, like some people don't even know you may have been trying to date. You may have been trying to talk to someone. The odds may have not been in your favor. You may be in a season of healing. People don't really need to know all the ins and outs. Don't feel obligated to tell them what type of season you're in. Don't be obligated to feel like you have to tell them everything that's going on. You're wise if you even do know why you're single. If you choose to be single, don't nobody got to know that. This season of your life is literally between you and God. Yes, you can have a community of people that you trust, but at the end of the day, baby, it's between me and Jesus. Okay. So the day he tells me when it's time to get popping, that's when I'm going to get popping. You feel me? Like, respectfully mind your business. Thanks so much. This last point is definitely for me because I am the queen of declining an invitation. Okay. And it's not necessarily because I don't want to go. Here's my thing. I don't like same day invitations because I mentally have to be prepared to know what's going on the next day. So even if you asked me the day before, it's better than you asking me the day of. I mean, it really is. I like being mentally prepared. I'm also an introvert, so I like being mentally prepared to know what's happening the next few days, the next few weeks, or whatever. If you ask me the same day, I don't care if I'm going to be at home for the next 5 hours. I'm probably going to say no, unless I really, really, really want to come. But for you singles, I just really want to encourage you to accept some invitations, whether it's from family, friends, even if somebody just wants to take you out. I would definitely say accept invitations. And like I said, I'm speaking to me because everybody who's watching this probably gonna be like, girl, you know you don't go nowhere. I know, mind your business. But no, seriously, because this is the season where you want to be around family and friends. Like every Sunday, every Monday, and every Thursday, I try my best to watch football with my family because this is also the season of football, family, fun, faith. Love it. I go to church with my family. I watch football with my family. I eat with my family. So I want to make sure that this season is all about spending time with others and not just spending time with myself. Now, don't get me wrong. It is okay to say no. It is okay to be by yourself. My therapist tells me all the time, doing nothing is something. And that's what some people don't respect, especially when you're single or especially when you're in a season of healing or you're just in a season of where you need some rest. People don't understand like, oh, she's not doing nothing. Well, maybe my nothing is something today. Maybe that's what I want to do. Maybe today I want to rest. Maybe today I do want to lay in the bed and read a book. Maybe today I do just want to get up, shower, and sit on the couch and watch my favorite shows. That should be okay. Sometimes doing nothing is something. It's my something for the day. And that is okay. But when it becomes all the time, like you gotta accept some invitations. So I definitely want to encourage you singles to just accept one invitation, even if it's going out with your friends to see Christmas lights or going to Starbucks and getting your favorite Christmas latte. I don't know, going to lunch or inviting somebody over to bake cookies or to have a Christmas party. I don't know, whatever it is. Me and my sorority sisters, we always, every December, no matter what, we always plan it months in advance. We always have a sisterhood weekend, and we always plan it because we always want to make sure, even though we don't see each other all together throughout the year, because they married with kids, I'm single and by myself, we're all in different seasons of life, but it doesn't mean that during this season we can't come together and remember why we fell in love with each other in the first place, why we became sisters in the first place, why we're so close in the first place. It's nothing like being together with your family and your friends during this holiday. So that's actually where I'll be this weekend, and you guys will see some really good content probably in the next video, because I will make sure that I shoot content this weekend when I'm in Maryland. But yeah, just make sure that you try your best to accept invitations, be around people that you love. You don't want to forget why we are in this season in the first place. And don't get me wrong, I know that Jesus is the reason for the season. Okay, whether you agree with that or not, that's what I believe. I believe this is the reason why we celebrate. But I also know that what the Bible says about companionship, what the Bible says about friendship. I know what the Bible says about community. I know what it says about giving. I know what it says about serving. I know what it says about love and all the things that this season is about. So we have to make sure that we take those parts of the Bible in whole and in fullness, and not pick the points and the pieces that we want to take. Oh, you know what? I'll just take the serving, because that's definitely me. I will serve to the death of me throughout this season, but then I will miss the community part of things. I will miss the love part of things. I will miss the giving part of things. I will miss the receiving part of this season that I'm supposed to receive if I just stuck with serving. So you want to make sure that all of the things that this season has to provide, that you are intaking all of those things to make sure that you have the best holiday season. I appreciate you for watching this video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, like this video, and comment if you have any tips for any singles, married couples, whatever it is during this holiday season, how to be content, how to be happy, how to be whole during this holiday season. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Peace out.